Hello. Hello, miss. How are you? All right. Hello, miss. Morning, Miss Hazel. Hello.
Hey, Christopher, you right?
Oh, yes, I'm all right.
Good.
Hello, sir. Okay. See you. Bye. See you. Bye.
Bye, Christopher.
Bye.
You're so cute.
15-year-old Christopher is in year 10.
Hello.
He's one of 12 autistic students at Frederick Bremer.
Hello, Christopher.
Good morning,
How are
Christopher.
you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine too.
What is autism, Christopher?
Well, I think autism is like irregular social skills, mental skills, and life skills.
Are you having cereal today, Christopher?
Yeah, I'm having cereal. Hello. People with autism, they have a different view of life. It's quite innocent. It's quite fragile. It's quite fragile. But yeah, it's hard like a rock. Bye. And have a positive day.
You too. Oh.
So lovely. Have a positive day. That is what you need. That is what you need in the morning. He is like medicine.
He is.
A spoonful of Christopher a day. That is all you need, honestly.
Morning, Chris. You're going to keep that smile on
I am
all
gonna
day,
keep
yeah?
that smile all day.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Should someone like Christopher be in school like this?
Definitely. Good. And what kind of day are you going to have?
A positive day. I like Miss Smith.
Someone like Christopher learns so much from being in a mainstream school.
Yeah, I'm all right. Hello, sir.
Being able to interact and being able to socialise and being able to work with other young people.
Christopher has just started his GCSEs. He attends 15 hours of mainstream lessons a week.
Sorry, I like to run slow motion.
Hello, Chris.
It's the first lesson of the day, and Christopher is in his poetry class.
Now I hold creation in my foot, or fly up and revolve it all slowly. Christopher, do you want to give us a verdict as to what this poem gave to you?
It has this view, this perspective of being on top of the food chain. It has the power to do anything, similar to a king.
Excellent. That's an
And the
excellent
servants
answer.
have to bow down to them, and the servants are referred to the prey.
Well
and the
done.
king is the predator.
Can you see how he actually looks at this, guys? That is absolutely brilliant. Did you write that down, Christopher?
No, I
Could you write
didn't.
it down, please? Write it down, because that is a perfect analogy of it. There are some people here that find some of the words a little bit tricky. Poetry is tricky. Yes, Christopher?
Well, to be honest, don't take the words literally. You have to think outside the box.
Well done. You do, Chris. But you know what? Not everybody thinks outside the box, and that's what I'm trying to get them to do. Thank you. That's exactly right.
With just a year left at Frederick Bremer, staff are starting to prepare Christopher for life beyond school.
Pupils feel really safe and secure here. And actually, they get to the end of year 11 and they don't want to go.
Hey, Mr. Fish Friends, nice seeing you pass again. Can I love your shirt now?
Oh, do you? I'm loving it too. I'm loving it too.
Okay.
Glad you like it as well.
You're welcome. See ya.
It's period 4, and Christopher has his English lesson.
Thanks, miss. You look good today.
Today, he's being supported by his teaching assistant, Miss Aisha.
Full of compliments, aren't you, Christopher?
Really?
Fantastic.
Thank you.
I think Christopher's like a ray of light, a positive light, if I can put it that way. Yeah. Over the years, we've developed a relationship based on trust, I think.
OK, I'm going to give you a topic today. Are you going to be for healthy food in school, or are you going to be against? OK, so we do sports. What else do we need healthy food for? Chris?
For your mental and emotional health.
Thank you. That's exactly the answer I was looking for. OK? Because they say...
You can look at someone like Christopher and think, oh, isn't he fantastic? Isn't he positive? He's such a great person to have around, which he is. But actually, it can be really challenging sometimes to have autistic pupils in a classroom, and it takes very little to knock him into a far more delicate frame of mind.
Dara, what do you say?
Because we're still growing yet, brain development.
Brain development, good girl. Brain development is very good.
Oh, my God, would you all shut
Against that,
We're doing
let's
good.
have
We're good, doing
McDonald's
good.
at school.
Think
Let's have
positive.
beer with
Think positive.
Right, OK. Where will you get the energy from in junk food, guys? The fat. Yes. Okay, let's look at these 2 points here. Looking at the board. Chris, looking at the board. Choose.
When I really feel like I'm concentrating on a task, a particular subject at my 100%, and then when a random particular noise comes out of nowhere, it makes me really upset.
I'm all right having a big pint of Coca-Cola and Tanker before I go into a class. And then
I don't find that a good feeling. I don't like that. I always want to do my best when I learn. And why do people keep looking at me?
what ended up happening was that
I just saw Mission look at me. I feel like the noise is shredding me. It really is annoying. It just is annoying, and I don't like it.
Look.
And when I get annoyed, I don't feel like myself. I get really upset.
Christopher,
Okay,
put it to one side.
Has anybody
positive.
ever seen...
Are we going to let that worm take over?
Okay.
Do we want that little worm going?
I'm giving you...
Do we want that?
No, we don't want that.
Sometimes the classes can be a bit overwhelming, and it's through those sort of times that it's to keep him on track and just keep him positive, to keep thinking, yes, I can do this, I can achieve. Yes, it's difficult, but I have to overcome these.
So just place to say, you know what? I'm perfect, I'm good, and it's all that. Just say that to yourself.
I'm perfect.
I'm good.
In my own, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good, and I can do it. I'm in control.
Wouldn't that be too extreme saying I'm perfect?
I'm perfect in my own way.
Yeah?
I might not be perfect in other people's eyes. Yeah? So I'm good. I'm perfect in my own way. Yeah? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be positive?
Positive.
Are we pure?
Pure.
That's no talking.
You're actually the best teacher I've ever met, Miss Aisha.
For your mental and emotional health, because they say a healthy body comes with a healthy mind.
Part of the challenge for us with Christopher is that he's surrounded by people who really care about him and know how to keep him positive. I worry about what's going to happen when he's in the bigger world.
Hello, how are you? Hey, Mr. Lloyd. Remember, we all know in this school you are the #1 best meticulous man.
Superman.
But let's not forget you were the one that founded the name man. See you later, #1 man. Yeah, man, you are the best man. I'm saying so many man so many times, man. Oh, no, I didn't do it properly. I don't like it. I mean, because I normally like things when they're neat.
No, it's fine, look. It's just that little bit there.
No,
just cut up that way.
I don't want to do
Shall I
it.
do it for you?
It doesn't look neat. Oh, man. So silly.
He gets very anxious because he often thinks people are judging him, thinking negatively of him. He doubts himself a lot.
You think I'm a slacker?
That you are? No.
You know, that I just mess around and
No.
act like an idiot.
No, you work really hard for me, don't you?
He's beginning to realise that he will leave school next year in year 11. And I think that's starting to trouble him a bit. It's not a scary world as he thinks. But I think for him to see that this moment is quite difficult, it's quite challenging.
To develop Christopher's life skills, he's helping to organise a biscuit sale.
Right, would you do the same and get that to 100? Yeah, that'll be fine.
If I
Put
do
the rest
this on
in there.
myself.
Cookies!
Which one?
Cookie Monster.
I need some cookies!
Christopher. Which one?
You have a heart? If I never went to the school, I'm not sure how my life would be.
Cookies!
I just feel like I feel very safe because, you know, there are a lot of teachers that care. It's like a similar aspect of a family.
Sorry.
With just a year before Christopher leaves school, Miss Aisha is starting to work on his independence to help his transition to college. Currently, he comes to school by private minibus.
Do you remember you were saying that you'd like to travel on your own? Maybe take the bus on your own and come to school or go and visit your friends? How do you feel about we go on a trip, you and I? Take the bus to Walthamstow and then we can go down the market, look at some stores.
How does that feel? Yeah?
The thing I'm always afraid about is the road, the cars.
That's all right. The more practice we do, what does practice do?
Make perfect.
It does,
I was always afraid. I mean, Walthamstow, how the way the roads are, how the way you cross, you know, from the road is so weird. It's like this bridge over.
For most people with autism, they find the world a puzzling one. It's a bit chaotic, not knowing how people will react, what sort of people are going to be out there, if it's going to be a crowded area. It's almost like having a phobia and you can't go out.
Christopher, it only looks fearsome because you haven't done it, okay? So the first couple of times it might seem a bit frightening, but the more we do it, it won't seem that frightening, will
Besides,
it?
I'm street stupid.
Well, I think you're just putting yourself down a bit. You just need to believe in yourself and continue to say to yourself that I can do amazing things, yeah?
With only 2 days until his trip out of school, Christopher's had a bad morning.
What's the matter? What's made you sad today?
I'm just been talking behind my back. He said that I was immature and I would make, and I'm like a bad example. And
What kind of person are you?
I don't know.
What kind of person are you?
Positive?
You're Mr. Positive, okay? And positive people think positive. You are a mature person. You have a brilliant personality. You are smart. You are funny. Okay, and you are Mr. Positive. Now, that's 5 good things I've said to you this morning that are true. And I want you to believe those 5 things.
I think you're right.
Right. So what are we going to do? Right. How are we going to be positive, Chris?
I'm having a good day. When I was a lot younger, people used to ridicule me and judge me. They used to use words as retarded, disabled, and, you know, a lot of things. I always wondered what was it like to be normal. But this term normal, I think it's just, you know, this is man-made.
Christopher, can we sit down for a minute?
Why?
Right. So
How comes I have to sit down?
Listen, how are we feeling about going out?
I'm not sure.
Today, Christopher is going on his trip out of school with Miss Aisha.
Why?
Because I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm prepared. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm prepared for anything, to be honest.
Don't you think most people have that feeling?
Really?
Because it's a bit unknown, a bit of an unknown, and we've not been there. We haven't done it before. So once we set out, that's the first step, yeah? This is the start of you learning to travel on your own.
Yeah, I'd say I'd have to be brave and at the same time persevering. And at the same time, I've got to have this intuition that good things are going to come of this, you know?
So I'll show you first, okay? So there you go. So if you go now. Fantastic. Okay. Are you less anxious now? Well, we're not too far away from the market at the moment, okay?
There was a time where I was afraid of roller coasters and I always thought that I was gonna die. And before it began, I was asking to the people who was in charge of the roller coaster, excuse me, sir, am I gonna die? No, it's all right, you're not gonna die, just hold on tight. And when he just said that, hold on tight, I just instantly like, oh, wow. What do you do with them?
You cut them and we eat them. Do you want some strawberries?
Yeah. Oh, strawberries, sure.
Okay, do you want to pick one?
Which one? Which one's positive?
You pick one that's
I think this one's positive.
Okay.
Thank
you very
you.
much.
You too, and have a good day, a positive day.
So how's Monty Python doing?
He's doing fine.
Is he doing fine?
Yeah,
Okay.
he went to the School of Silly Walk.
Did he?
Hello, sir. I didn't know this day was going to be that fun.
It just made me feel so happy.
It was an adventure.
Actually, there should be a balance of both. Yeah. Is that what you said? Yeah. Really fun. That's happy. I'm happy with that.
Christopher is who he wants to be. These days, it seems like there's no term identity. For example, my perspective identity is who I want to be. Wow! To all the autistic people that are regarded themselves to be quite unable to do things, I just want them to know that there are always a moment in the future where they are going to succeed and get their dreams what they want. They can aspire to be anything. Biscuits for sale. Ain't that fabulous?